Back. Let me know if you can hear me. I'm back. I was saying, wishing you guys all a very happy Black Friday. Who knows? I don't know what you'll be doing, but hope you guys have a very happy Black Friday. And then another thing too is that last night, in the middle of the night, I got a couple different things. One was a call about migrants forming a caravan of about 300 people, which is not that many, but it's still another caravan that departed yesterday, and it's still walking this morning as we speak. As you know, now I have correspondence in the city of Tapachula because, as you know, I am now also a resident of the city of Tapachula, Mexico. And which brings me to another point. It brings me to the point that an interview was forwarded to me about this, made by this drug trafficking felon, ex-convict, where they're trying to judge me or dissuade me from doing any type of work in the city of Tapachula when it comes to the dogs, something that is so badly needed. I mean, judging a person who wants to go there and help, okay? Someone who has rescued animals her whole life, who has been involved in animal activism for years because there's proof of it, years and years and years before having a PayPal. I mean, years. There's documentation, there's content out there of me on the internet of my animal activism 7 years before opening up a PayPal. And that's just what's documented. I started when I was a kid. Okay. So, but anyway, this deported drug trafficker by the name of Oscar O. Blue went on a radio station. I'm going to keep this short because I gotta get my day going. And along with the radio host, they tried to dissuade me. They're trying to dissuade me from taking any sort of action for the animals in Tapachula. I think that's going to backfire on them. I already gave them my reply. They're claiming that there are dogs all over the country, that I should go somewhere else. I mean, this is how this criminal brainwashes people, because he's trying to make them believe that the reason why I came there was to look for him, except I got there on November 12th and he got there on the 16th. I can show you my plane ticket. Show us your plane ticket, Cucaracho, because you weren't there when I got there. So there's nothing that's going to keep me away from Tapachula. Also, he mentions an attorney general. There's like 10 of them. And the reason why he doesn't give you a name is because he's making it up. He doesn't have a restraining order because everything in Mexico, such as it does in America, requires due process. You can't just get something because you go out there and pretend to be something you're not. No, I'm a reporter and always you're country first. So, and then because of that, they give you some guys. There are obviously agencies titled protection to so-and-so, protection of the migrants, protection of this, protection of that. So he showed you a document that says the name of the agency. It doesn't mean he has anything. That's why he's not showing it, because he's full of shit. And everything requires due process, just like it does in America. But in any case, you can file a complaint. You know, I filed so many complaints here, guys. They don't do anything. Nobody does anything, because unless it's something serious, then nothing gets done about it. However, by him filing a complaint, he just made it really, really easy for me to get this going, which is what I've been wanting to do for years. That he's been hiding under the skirts, as we say, of his friends in America. And we all know we can't go after him in America for the simple fact that he can't cross into America. How the hell are you going to go after someone legally in America if they can't cross into America? It's almost impossible, right? So, so anyway, he's trying to tell a radio station that I should not be in Tapachula rescuing dogs, that many people have asked for records of my shelter. Nobody has ever asked for records of my shelter, to be honest with you. And if you have, and if there is anybody out there, raise your hand, because I don't remember hearing anything. The only person that he used as a fake witness was some deranged woman by the name of Darlene Farrow, who I confronted several times on videos, and I haven't heard from her in about a year because, I don't know if she's still alive, but she's the only one that went on his shit show and posed as a fake witness. And but see, I have all her messages where everything she says basically contradicts herself. So I don't know. We'll see. Because I don't know of anybody else that I have never had any issues as far as my animal shelter with anybody. If you've had any issues, raise your hand, because I've never heard of anything other than her, because she wanted to be sole moderator on my account so she could have access to all the people that contact me and all my followers, which I denied. So she flipped out. So anyway, she also wanted me to remove the name Trump, which I wasn't going to do. She said it's going to be a lot more profitable if you remove the name Trump. And I was like, profitable? This is 2 years ago. I was like, profitable? So this is a business to you. This is not a cause. This is a business to you. It was. She raises $20,000 for one dog. Yeah. I understand that people do that in America, but to me, it just seems like a lot for one dog. I don't know. Maybe it's justified with the vet cost or whatever. I don't know. In my opinion, it seems a little high. I think people live off of that when they do that kind of stuff, in my opinion. But I could be wrong. But she's the only one that has ever had any issues. And the reason why is because she saw a lot of potential with me having so many followers and having an animal charity, which is, I don't have one yet, but, helping the animals. And she rescues as well. And she wanted more. She wanted more people. And she wanted access to the people that are on my page. And I didn't give it to her. So anyway, good luck keeping me out of Tapachula, Oscar. I already told the people at the radio station to stop destroying their show with your chismes de lavadero. Let it go, let it go. We're going to deal with this in court. I can't wait. This is what I've been waiting for. If I would have gone to the police and been like, 2 years ago, a woman by the name of Tamales, and then I was trying to connect the points. Look, here's Tamales, and here's Oscar, and here's this, and here's that. The police would have been like, oh my God, this is so lame, So, especially because he hid behind her for a long time, but by him going to the police, now he's not only made false accusations, because nobody assaulted him. He assaulted me as well. Did you guys hear him calling me corriente, corriente? That's an assault. So it was mutual, if anything. He's stupid, because if he would have just stayed quiet and he would have been like, please don't do this right now. If he would have been busy, he's so short fused, he can't help himself. So he couldn't just say nothing, keep on doing his job, and then walk away. No, he had to turn around like the ratchet ex-convict, deported drug trafficker that he is, without an education, without a degree, without anything. He had to turn around and say, oh, yeah, really? Oh, corriente, corriente. So that's assault, because that's offensive. And it's very offensive in Mexico. And so then he assaulted me too. So now you got two... there's categories, and because I'm a candidate, because I'm an activist, I'm also considered some sort of communicator, journalist, or whatever. So I have the same rights he does. So he assaulted me too. But again, there was going to be no way for me to really bring this to a court unless he initiated it. And not only that, but now he's taking it to the media and making up that I caused psychological damage to some kid, which is absolutely false. Who is this child? Do you not realize what claiming psychological damage entails? It entails a psychological evaluation, you freaking moron. A psychological evaluation by a professional. You can't just say, yeah, she caused her psychological damage. First of all, you have to know the person's name who suffered the supposed psychological damage. But again, this guy is so ignorant. He's never gone to school. He's never done anything. He's never traveled. The furthest he's gotten is Tapachula. That he just doesn't understand that in order to claim somebody suffered psychological damage, first of all, you have to be able to locate the person who probably as good as President Trump's JC. You know how he never stops. I think he was working last Thanksgiving, wasn't he? So anyway, you have to know who the person is, their name, where they're located. And then once you have all that, you have to evaluate them with a professional. So unless you have all that, you can't just say somebody suffers psychological damage, you criminal liar. And then he claimed that, what else? I mean, all kinds of stuff that he could now be sued for because he was so belittled. He was so humiliated. He has small man syndrome. That he just started losing his mind, and he was just like, how am I going to deal with this shit? Like, how am I going to offset the humiliation this woman just put me through by questioning my slander against her? How the hell am I going to, and he did exactly what he did with the Tamale show. He just started making stuff up. He made up that I assaulted him. Now he toned it down. Now he's not saying I assaulted him. Now he's saying I verbally assaulted him. Now he's not mentioning the threats because there are no threats. He lied. But now he's saying that, now he's lying about my age because he has nothing else. I mean, the guy is really, really, really pathetic because he really has nothing else. And even though I hope every one of you had a very happy Thanksgiving, I really do. I hope you understand we're at a time where we're losing our countries, where thousands of people are going to invade America just this year, where there are criminals everywhere, where criminality is going up everywhere, and where we can't really take days off. I hope you guys had a beautiful day. I really enjoyed, I'm sitting here in my kitchen. I didn't even clean up. Look, I still have flour from my cookies. I really enjoyed my day, but it's time to get back to work, guys. Maybe do some shopping online or whatever, however you guys are going to do your shopping. I got to get back to work. And one of those things is fighting off criminals. And there's nothing that's going to stop me from telling us how to process his feelings. It's a choice to sit on negative feelings. No, he went to the police. What he did is exactly what I needed him to do, make this bigger on his own, because he always hides behind somebody else, and in America. And the problem is that he's not in America because he can't cross, because he's a deported ex-convict, deported drug trafficker. So he can't cross. How the hell are you going to find him or serve him or do anything? He can't even cross. But now he's doing it all in Mexico because that's karma. I told you guys a long time ago, karma has no expiration date. Sit back, have patience, sit tight. And for me, part of focusing on my congressional run, for those of you who don't know, is I have to focus on myself first, because it's not my neighbor running, it's me running. So in order for me to run, I have to be okay, So since I'm a candidate, I have to focus on me, and then make sure I get all my issues taken care of. And so that I'm not dealing with issues along the way, which is what they did to President Trump, if you remember correctly. He should have dealt with his taxes ahead of time. He should have dealt with a lot of issues. That way they didn't interfere with his run and his presidency, which they did. And so anyway, yeah, good luck keeping me away from Tapachula. I came there on the 12th. There's no caravans, and there's nothing that you're going to be able to do. And I know that it terrifies you, me being there and exposing you and your frauds. And for years, he made it seem like it was such a big deal to go to Tapachula. It's really not, guys. It's really not a big deal. It's a dangerous place for someone like me by myself. It's not a dangerous place for a thug. People should be afraid of him. I mean, if anything, he's the one that steals tips from restaurants. That's what a smooth criminal he is. Can you imagine what else he would do if he steals a tip from a restaurant? What else would he do? People in Tapachula need to be afraid of him, not the other way around. And you're such a nobody in Tapachula, Oscar. You really are. It's so easy to be there, and the people are so nice, and that's why you like being there, and that's why you take advantage of them. But then one day out of nowhere, boom, I came and crashed on your parade, and I was there, and you were like, shit, she's here. And I was like, yep, that's right. And that same night, I already had a family and a home and a bunch of friends. And then I went back, and then you flipped out again. I soiled your pants again. And then you showed up a few days later, and then you claimed I assaulted you because I questioned you about why you slandered me for 3 years because you don't have any proof of any of your accusations. And then you lost your mind, and now you've created all kinds of lies, and it's all documented. And we're gonna save the videos before you delete them, because we know you deleted hundreds of videos, but we have the good, the main ones, we have them saved, like the breaking the silence. Like, I would love for the fiscal to see stuff like that, or all the other ones. We have all of them saved, pretty much. We have probably about 50, 70 videos saved. We're gonna save this one before you delete it, because you're a coward. And this has been so great, so great. I know he soiled his pants. I know Christian. Christian keeps on laughing. He always laughs at how we make fun of him, because how could you not make fun of this guy? Thank you for the happy faces, Christian, because you motivate me to keep talking. Christian always makes me laugh. He really does. Every time I talk about the cucaracho, Christian gives me happy faces. Give me more. So anyway, he soiled his pants a little when I got there. They called him and they said, Cucaracho, Paloma's here. Paloma's here. They were like, Paloma's there. And he was like, oh my God. Oh my God. And then he called his brujos to try to have me killed, and that didn't work. And he hid like el gato y el gato for a few days. And he kept on hiding. I know, he is such a joke. Christian, thank you. And then I finally confronted him, and then he cried, and then he lied, because that's all he has, lies. He has nothing else. Thank you, Christian, for the happy faces. That's all he has, lies. That's all he has. He cried. She assaulted me, kind of like Queen James, She assaulted me. But he just, he opened up a criminal case. Not only did he open up a criminal case, which is great, but now he's doing this on his own, because what's he going to do? Use tamales in Tapachula? He can't. What's he going to do? Use Mary or Christine or Alexa or this one or Harim in Tapachula? Really? He has no one in Tapachula. No, and even his friends, all they're going to do for him is publish stuff that he says based on his rhetoric. They don't have an opinion. They don't care, and they're not going to take too much, because see, they got companies, they got names, they got salaries to take care of, they're only going to do so much for him, and then they're going to be like, wait, this guy is a lavadero, this is pure chisme, like, this guy's crazy, and he's greasy, and he's ugly, like, what are we doing, So anyway, I will talk to you guys later. And he's trying to interfere with my dog mission in Tapachula. That's not going to work, buddy. It's simply not going to work. And if that intimidates you, because that means I'll be spending a lot more time in Tapachula and documenting the caravans whenever we coincide, when I'm there, well, it is what it is. Deal with it, you can hardly speak anyway. It's really embarrassing to watch you on some of these shows. And I didn't told anybody. Like, didn't you live in America for years when you were trafficking those drugs? You were a U.S. resident. You didn't told anybody. You don't understand how verbs work. You didn't told anybody. And that's just one example of so